Welcome to the Briefing Room. This is the place where we talk with developers and flight sim enthusiasts. Today we have the developer behind Cabby. Welcome to the Briefing Room and thank you for joining for this episode.
Hi Joe, it's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So today we have 9 questions we're going to ask you. And a lot of this, just like the first episode we had with Beyond ATC, is going to be more about you and the development behind Cabby. So the first question today for you is, for those who have not heard of, can you tell us about Cabby and what it brings to the flight sim experience?
So Cabby is a project that I started over a year ago. I think it was in June 2024. Cabby brings AI crew and passenger simulator into the sim, thanks for a constant connection between Cabby and the simulator, as well as users' flight plan. We can create realistic announcements suited to each flight individually. Sorry for my pronunciation. I'm not a native English speaker, but I hope your listeners will get me all right.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I think it's also fun. I mean, there's so much developers around the world, and it's just authentic. I think. Cabby has also a lot of additional features, not only AI crew and passenger simulation. For example, recently I added something called boarding screen and gate announcements. User can put external device awaiting for the boarding to start. The boarding screen. You can put it on your TV or tablet or your neighbor's TV as long as you're in the same network. So this boarding screen will display your boarding status, your simulator local time, and also all the data from the flight plan, like where are you flying to, image of the city you're flying to, and so on. That's it. Of course, that's only a couple of functions and features. I just didn't want to take it too long to answer.
No, that's a lot. It's a lot of information there. And so, like you said, it's more than just cabin announcements. You get so much more to the overall flight experience.
Initially it was only flight announcements, but from month to month I just add new and new things. Mostly that are the ideas from my users, but not only. Like, let's say 60% comes from users and 40% from me.
Okay.
So we are shaping it together, and there was tons of functions added since start. So now it's not only just AI crew announcements; it's much more. So I recently even had to update my website, remove all the headers like cabin crew announcements. Now it's I don't remember what, but it's more suited now.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what I think is super important when it comes to, especially subscription-based stuff. Like, obviously, Cabby you can purchase as a standalone. It doesn't have all of it, and I don't think it's exactly what you want it to be. For at least the base version, you get most of it out of the Lite and Pro version, but you do need to find ways to make sure the consumer is happy with the product, and that's great that you get that feedback from them and build it into the program. So our second question is, what inspired you to create Cabby, and what gap in the flight sim world were you hoping to fill?
So as a developer, I saw many fields I could contribute to when it comes to the flight sim. Creating my own software that I'll be the author of always was my goal and dream. When I saw what are the possibilities with AI voice cloning as well as large language models like ChatGPT, I thought it would be cool to use that to create something new. It was like pandemic time, I think. That's when first ChatGPT came out. So that was the moment of rapid growth of AI, right? I had an idea of creating such tool quite a long time ago, and it was always sitting in the back of my head. and I simply didn't find a software that will satisfy me 100% when it comes to the announcements. Of course, there are many great tools back then and right now, but I just wanted to create something that I'll be 100% happy of, and that will be just my own. This project was postponed multiple times, and one day, one of the content creators from Portugal asked me about such software, where users can use their wife's voices to create cabin announcements and stuff like that. Literally a couple of hours later, I saw another Facebook post about how to create AI voices for Phoenix and upload them to Phoenix. And it was like a couple of hours after he asked me that. And there was a lot of manual job to do this in Phoenix, but I understood that people just need this. They're asking for it. There were signs from everywhere. So that was the trigger, and I realized I should start ASAP to do this.
That's awesome. See, again, that just shows that you got inspired by people within the flight sim community. And then, you know, it's something maybe you want to do on your, you want to use on yourself. And then you brought it out to the world. That's awesome.
Actually, each of my, sorry for, may I follow up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, that's, I think, I'm not sure if we'll have a question about that, but each of my software is like something I would want to use really.
Perfect.
I not yet created anything that I just want to use. Everything comes from my need, I would say.
Yeah, I love that. That is beautiful. We heard that with Beyond ATC as well. He wanted a better product of ATC, and he said, "Well, I have the knowledge to do it. Why not try to do it?" And that's exactly what you're trying to do with
exactly.
Cabby. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Are you a flight simmer yourself? If so, what originally got you into simming?
So yes, of course, I am. Recently, I've flown a bit less because like each hour is at least 2 hours. Even the short haul hour flight is 2 hours usually, with boarding, deboarding, and stuff like this. But and I just simply I feel like that it's waste of time, because at the same time I can work on the software, right? But on the other hand, I need to be the simmer and to be up to date, find the new things I could improve and such. So before I started to develop, I was very active. Now I'm just active simmer. Initially, when I was young, I was very interested in about commercial aviation from my early years.
Okay.
I mean, commercial, I was not that much fascinated about fighter jets like other boys and such. I was just fascinated about airliners like Jumbo Jet and that kind of planes. And when I finally got internet access in my home when I was about 14, I found out about MSFS X at the time. I downloaded demo of that simulator, which took around 2 days, I think, because internet was so slow back then. And I was playing Mission Princess Juliana like 100 times or more, because it was in the demo. I totally had no idea what I'm doing, but
like many of us.
Yeah, but I loved it. I don't think I was in primary school back then. Then I started slowly to discover how autopilot works, how flaps works, and other systems. Of course, only 30% of buttons were clickable in MSFS X, but that was fine for me.
Oh yeah.
After some time, I've ordered full version of MSFS X. It was delivered on a couple of DVDs, and ordering a physical things but was not that common back then. I remember that I had to travel across whole town to pick it up from the post office.
Really?
Yeah. Then years passed by. I grew up. I learned more. I started to read about aviation things online. Then was X-Plane 10 and 11. I found out that most of the buttons in the plane are clickable in X-Plane. There were not in MSFS, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
okay. So I learned they do, how the plane behaves. I discovered how VNAV and NAV works, and so on. And then finally, MSFS 2020 came out. That was the time I was after college, after around 10 years of commercial work as a software developer. And then it was just natural. Join these two passions and start doing something.
Okay. That's incredible. Yeah. So a lot of people, there's been a massive growth with users of Flight Sim because of Flight Sim 2020. And,
Yeah.
people like myself and you, we started back, early days, FSX 98, and some people are still, flying from Flight Sim 1.0 way back when. But it's cool
Yeah.
to have all the different, and even, X-Plane. Don't even throw out X-Plane. Like you mentioned X-Plane as well. A lot of people have come over from X-Plane. A lot of people have started at Flight Sim 2020 and then went over to X-Plane. So it's really cool to have the massive backgrounds we have within the community.
Yeah, I always considered myself like I've been here for a long time because since MSFS X, but when I was in Las Vegas last year or in Houston for Flight Sim Expo, I really realized how long people can be in this. I'm just, I'm nothing here. Those people are Simic since for 30 years right now
Yeah.
or something. So I'm new here in comparison to others.
But we all love the passion. We all love the passion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Next question would be, what have been some of the biggest challenges you faced while developing for Microsoft Flight Simulator?
So previously, before I started to do stuff for simulators, I was more sort of web developer. My knowledge was more around web developing, like payment APIs or social media APIs and stuff. And discovering Microsoft SDK was quite challenging. I've never worked with such kind of data and such kind of way of exchanging data. Then there was a lot of discovering how to achieve this and that. It's usually quite tricky in MSFS, while it might be super easy in X-Plane, for example. There were also other things like performance issues. Simulator can transmit its data hundreds of times per second. If you do some heavy computation on this data, that might be a challenge. Usually that's not the case in web dev. Finally, Kabie uses some advanced computing to create voices. And initially, Kabie was using a popular service to clone voices, but it was really, really expensive, especially when Kabie became more and more used.
Yeah.
Of course, I had it calculated at the start, but paying the bills was not pleasant anyway at the end of the month.
Yeah.
I decided to gather free and open source software to deploy my own voice cloning service. Costs of hosting are still quite high. Speed of generating may be slightly lower, but thanks to that, I was able to lower the price, introduce new, cheaper subscription model, and much more. Now there was so much improvement done on the backside of the app that we should be able to accept more and more users without performance loss, hopefully.
Good. That's awesome. So it's interesting, the development we've here behind the scenes. You mentioned it a little bit about how X-Plane has been known to be an easier platform to develop for, and
Yeah.
we keep seeing the changes between sim updates that come out. Each one seems to break something else within the flight sim world. And,
Mhm.
it'll be nice to, when we one day, and it will happen, when we one day get to a standard SDK from Asobo and Microsoft, where it won't, it won't break things, it will just enhance things.
Yeah. That's what I wish for, really. There are already tools like, I think, FSU UPC, that's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Many devs uses that as a bridge, just to get the data in easier
Yeah.
way, I think, and more reliable. On the other hand, I never decided to use this, to be honest, just because when I was a regular user and had to use all that programs to connect to each other to
Yep.
get the data from sim, I just didn't like it, and that was my goal, and is my goal in each of my software, just to be independent, just do not rely on other software except simulator, of course.
Yeah, and I think a lot of simmers appreciate that. There are, just myself when I stream, there are not stream but fly. I can have 7, 8 different add-ons externally running,
Mhm.
to have my experience within the sim. I don't need all of that stuff, but it enhances my experience to enjoy it.
Mhm.
But yeah, FSU IPC is one of those things that I'll use, depending on the program I have in the background.
Yeah.
If you could wave a magic wand and have one new feature instantly added to Microsoft Flight Simulator, what would it be?
I may surprise you, but I want they finally fix the orange reddish sky during overcast and at sunset. Here where I live in Poland,
Uh-huh.
red sunsets are not that often,
Okay.
especially during fall and
Oh, sure.
winter.
Darker. Yep.
It's more like a bluish and grayish. In simulator, it's always like a sandstorm. Um, the other thing is also API. Of course.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'm dealing with software from 2000s when working with that.
Sure.
I I bet that it's not that bad for scenario creators. For example, I saw it it looks pleasant to work with scenaries, but I'm working with different kind of mm, of communication with simulator.
Hmm.
Yeah, it improved, by the way,
Yeah.
a lot since 2020 release.
Mhm.
But I hope they rebuild it from ground up to be much easier to interact with.
I
And yeah.
yeah, I think they will, just because if you look at what Flight Sim represents in terms of revenue, the base product is, one-time purchase. It's $60 or whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
the money Asobo is going to make out of this is going to come from the marketplace and the cut they get from the developers. And obviously, Cabby isn't in the marketplace, but there are a ton of apps in, not apps. Well, I guess
Mhm.
there are some apps, but sceneries and aircrafts and all that stuff. And that's where
Yeah.
where Sobo and Microsoft will get their money to pay to continue having all these services available for us as simmers. So, I think a lot of people, I've seen this recently pop up where the Inabuilds 340 was released exclusively on the Microsoft Marketplace, and a lot of people were mad about that. Still, I think consumers need to realize that the marketplace and the Xbox users are where the money's going to be for a Sobo, and without that marketplace, without those Xbox users, we may not have a sim. You know, because
Yeah.
this costs a lot of money for Microsoft, a lot of money to run the
Yeah.
entire world in a simulator. So it's important that they have easy access APIs for developers like yourself to enhance the product.
You're right. To be honest, I never thought from this perspective, but you're 100% right.
Yeah.
And by the way, if someone from Microsoft or Sabo listens to your podcast, please review my application. I'm waiting for like 4 months to be accepted as a partner.
Ooh. Come on, Microsoft,
I
get on
tried
it.
to, yeah, 4 months. I don't know why it takes so long. Maybe I did something wrong, but I didn't get a feedback if anything is wrong. So
I've heard
yeah.
stories that they drag their feet a lot of times with certain things.
Yeah, so please accept me. I will help you earn some money.
There you
And
go.
yeah, and and yeah, not only to upload a plugin, but it will also, I think, help me to experiment with certain things on Xbox.
Yeah.
For example, Cabby is available only on PC.
Hmm.
Because it needs to be sitting next to the simulator on the same machine.
Yep.
We can't install Cabby on Xbox, of course, but if we can somehow inject this communication part of Cabby into the Xbox, then maybe we can send it to the PC and play the announcements, for example. So I just wanted to experiment. Please help me.
Help him out.
Yeah.
So speaking of what you're looking at trying to experiment with, can you give us any sneak peek at any upcoming features or improvements coming to Cabby?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, recently I added the boarding screen function, and people are placing it all over the house, ask their wives to sit in front of it and to watch how the boarding process progresses. That's a joke, of course,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, no, partially joke, because people really put it on some screens.
Oh, yeah,
And one
yeah.
of the requests was for let me please check how it was called. It's a flight entertainment system.
Okay.
Yeah, it has its name, but I don't remember. No, never mind. So the idea was to create when the boarding process completes, then the screen switches to the passengers screen,
Ooh,
and then you can
okay.
see moving map and all the stats and like how long it's left to the destination, what's the time there and so on. Hope not to make this as laggy as it usually is in the
Yeah.
airplanes.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that was one of the idea, and I enhanced this idea by doing it let's say more online.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, you're a content creator
Yep.
and you're doing live stream and you fire up Kabby, then you can share their link to your fans, subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
and they can join your flight as a passengers. They fill their name,
Ooh.
username, and you instantly see them on your passenger list.
That's brilliant.
Uh, yeah, and your followers can just put your flight overview with this 3D globe, moving map, and stuff on their screens, and also hear the announcements.
Oh, that's cool.
So that might be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe in the future, like send gifts to the content creators, or ask for a service of
Mm-hmm.
some sort. Uh, so yeah, that's still shaping in my head, let's say. But that may be interesting feature that I just wanted to share.
Yeah, that's exciting. That'd
Yeah,
be really, really cool.
yeah. That maybe won't contain like audio or video library like in
Mm-hmm.
real planes,
Yeah.
but maybe some simple game. I'm not sure if anyone needs this, but I think putting that on just a moving map on external screen will be just fine.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How
Yeah.
has you answered a lot of this question already, but we'll see if there's anything else you'd like to add to it. How has the community reacted to Cabby so far? And has the user feedback changed your development plans in any way?
So Cabby, as I mentioned earlier, is actually shaped by our users mostly. I receive strong feedback about certain features and simply follow that. Sometimes I feel it's my downside. I just can't say no, even though some ideas are not the best. And initially, Cabby has a hard start, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It was subscription based only, and now we have one-time purchase option, of course.
Mm-hmm.
People hate subscriptions, and I
Yep.
completely get it.
Yep.
I also hate them. So I've prepared one-time purchase version almost immediately, and the idea is if something will cost me monthly, like cost of AI, yes, then it's subscription based in Cabby. If it won't cost me monthly, then it's in the base version. So, for example, most of the features I recently added are for free. I mean, for base users,
Mm-hmm.
but the ones a bit more complicated, where I have to call ChatGPT, for example, or make special announcement, then it's subscription based. So I think I finally found a sweet spot.
Good.
Yeah, then it was better, but still there were a lot of complaining about the price. As I mentioned earlier, I was using external service for the voices generation, so it had to cost like that. But I think people were right. For comparison, now Cabby is almost 30% cheaper since the day one, and has much more features that on start. So I felt really bad that people at the beginning paid more, and now Cabby is cheaper. So
But
I
that helped
for
you.
oh,
That helped your initial cost.
yeah. But anyway, I offered existing users a compensation because of the price drop, so they could redeem that compensation and get a subscription for a month for free,
Oh,
or get a
awesome.
coupon code for my other products and stuff like that. Right now, after over a year from launch, I receive only positive words from users.
Fantastic.
Sometimes I read that Cabby is not so great, but I feel that it comes from users who didn't purchase it and never used it,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And I always repeat, please feel free to contact me when you don't like Cabby. I bought so many products that I didn't like many times, and I don't want people to feel that they waste their money. I prefer to make a free fund and eventually encourage users to check Cabby later, so they'll be happy at the end. And I think it makes me a terrible salesman.
But it makes you a genuine person, and that is really needed within the flight sim world. Especially I talk about this a lot with people who aren't fans of flight simming, but I feel the flight sim community is so open. We're so willing to accept, and
Mhm.
as long as the developers like yourself are open and transparent and are just there to have fun and make your experience even better, that's all you can ask for. You can't
Mhm.
you have limitations of what you can and cannot do based on
Mhm.
Microsoft's API or just limitations in the tech as it is. But if you can do it, you certainly will try to do it for the consumer. I think that's all that really matters. That's at the top of it.
Yeah, I hope people think like you think.
Uh, what's been the proudest moment in Cabby's development so far?
Mm, it's a hard question, to be honest. I think seeing people use it makes me really proud. And when they share screenshots or write on forums or Facebook groups, it's great add-on. So then this makes me really proud, and I really like it. There were also one major thing that happened during Cabby development. Right after Cabby was released, I presented it on Flight Sim Expo 2024 in Las Vegas, together with my wife. It's hard to say if I'm proud of it. It's just something that I will remember forever, and I thought it's worth mentioning here.
That's, yeah. I remember I watched that presentation at Vegas, and I was very interested in what Cabby can do, and I remember researching it extensively. And I don't know if I actually heard about Cabby prior to the expo.
It was released like 3 weeks before, I think.
Okay.
So it was not very popular. I also still feel that it's not very popular, to be honest. When you think about cabin crew announcements, I bet that 80% of people won't even mention Cabby because they never heard about it. And to be honest, I never advertised it so much or heavily because I still felt that I need to improve it. Of course, I had some sales, but it was never that much advertised. Only initially by some YouTubers, they review it. It's even hard to call it advertisement. I never paid for it.
Yeah.
So now I feel it's ready to be advertised. So
Good.
I hope I will learn how to do this. And yeah.
I think a lot of stuff within the flight sim world, it's word of mouth. And, if it's not, and for those who have been on my streams in the past, that I can be a little bit critical of how some streamers or content creators how they are advertising a product. Because I think it comes down to, is it something you're going to use yourself on a consistent basis? I think that's the most important thing. Just like the loyalty that a developer provides to its community and its, purchasers, streamers and content creators need to have that same loyalty to that product itself. You can advertise a product one time and never touch it again. But if you continuously use it, that means that you actually love that product. And it's something that you as the simmer love the experience. And that's why I like hearing from the developers yourselves, because you guys are typically diehard simmers and you're making this to make the experience even better.
Yeah.
Okay, so our final question today is, any advice you'd give to other small developers looking to bring their ideas to the simming world?
Yes. Just do it. And I consider myself as a small developer, by the way, but there are other companies out there that they are literally hire like 50 people and it works and they can afford that. So I hope one day I will also extend my team and be able to afford that. But anyway, flight sim community is really great. Most of the people are open-minded grown-ups. I feel that people really appreciate different efforts. Of course, unless it's a scam or you charge a lot for simple things. But yeah, just do it. And if you need help or anything, I'll be more than happy to help anyone who needs help in that matter. Not only when it comes to SDK or anything, but also when it comes to, I would say, advertising. But I'm not also great at it. But let's say I have a contact to a couple of YouTubers, and yeah, just contact me if you need any help.
That's awesome. That's awesome. The next part is rapid fire. So it's going to be 6 questions I'm going to ask you, and it's going to be either this or that. And so these are the questions you don't have access to. These are only I have access to right now. And so you just answer your response. If you want to put a story with it, you sure can. If not, you can just leave it at the response itself. So
how much do I have? How much time do I have?
Oh, rapid fire. You got seconds.
Damn. Okay.
The pressure's on now.
Yeah.
All right. So question number 1. Do you like streaming late at night, or do you like flying late at night, or do you like flying during the day?
Late at night, but day flights.
Perfect. Are you Boeing or are you Airbus?
Oh, that's really hard. I would say really 50-50.
Okay.
Maybe 60% Airbus and 40 Boeing.
Okay. Long hauls or short hops?
Short hops.
Short hops. Hand flying or autopilot as soon as possible?
Autopilot as soon as possible, so I can enjoy the view.
Are you a VFR pilot or a IFR pilot?
IFR in simulator, VFR in real life.
Ooh, nice. And which is your preference, a yoke or a joystick?
Joystick, because it takes less space on my desk.
Completely understand. So those are the rapid fire questions. Do you have anything
Thank
else
you.
you'd like to add to our episode?
Oh, I was not really prepared for that. I tried to make a small conclusion on the end of every question, but I just wanted to say I really appreciate that you invited me here. As I said earlier, I consider myself as a small developer. I manage everything myself, from customer support to development to some accountant stuff and so on. Recently, I started to put more effort on marketing, which I hope to continue. And I learned how to create videos and so on. So thanks for having me here, and I encourage everyone to join my Discord server. Just say hi or ask a question if you need any help or share the idea. And yeah, I think that's all.
Awesome. I appreciate you coming on board. You can learn more about Kabie at flyingart.dev/Kabie. And we look forward to showcasing your product in our community, and look forward to reaching out to you in the future. Thanks for coming on board.
Thank you very much, Joe.